For the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, Nigeria has been having challenges that are beckoning and waiting for answers and solutions. That is why we are bringing to you our program, State of the Nation. And this is going to come up on our flagship program this morning on ITV. I am hereby inviting you to join me, Bola Bakare, your host, on State of the Nation, so that we can hasten the motions that brings national development. It's going to be a regular basis on Tuesdays. Make it a date with me. I'll be there waiting for you, and then we shall discuss Nigeria on an holistic level.
As usual, you're onto your lofty program, State of the Nation, where we hasten the motions for national development, of which you're part of it. For the past 5 weeks, we've been telling our youths all about entrepreneurship, and we have been able to educate them for 5 weeks as what they can do to make sure that they become entrepreneurs and then be good to themselves and to Nigeria as a whole. Within those 5 weeks, we dealt with 5 things. We dealt with sports as youth entrepreneurship. We dealt with entertainment as youth entrepreneurship. We dealt with ICT as youth entrepreneurship. We dealt with agro-business as youth entrepreneurship. And finally, we dealt with science, technology, and innovation as youth entrepreneurship. If you missed any of this, all you need to do is to go on YouTube and access stateofthenation.bola on YouTube. You will get your info therein. But as at today, we're trying to give you, our youth, our teeming youths, a recap about what is happening as we speak. Lately, you've heard Mr. President and the Vice President talking in terms of you, our teeming youths, that you should rise up and be up to speed. Rise up and be part of what and who is going to make Nigeria greater. And honestly, when we call you the leaders of tomorrow, that is because you have a big part to play. And part of this big part is what we are bringing to you, what State of the Nation is bringing to you again this morning. Because the world that we are living in is now a world of tech. It's just a world of technology. These days you can do a lot of things from your home. These days some civil servants are working from home. These days most of you are doing businesses from home, using your devices, using the internet, in other words, using technology. After the 5 weeks briefing that we gave to you, I am glad to tell you again this morning that we cannot afford not to have science, technology, and innovation at the back of our minds. I am going to put on a slide for you now, and based on that slide, I will explain things that you've been doing, things that you've not been doing, opportunities that are there once you imbibe that element of science, technology, and innovation. You will see the slide right now. And in the slide, I was able to put together for you a lot of things that are happening that involves tech, science, technology, and innovation. If we start from the upper left flank, you will have seen there that there is Africa Continental Trade Area. These are areas you can trade, you can key into. If you remember what our man, our brother Additional of Africa Development Bank said, that for Africa to grow, we all have to chip in. Technology is going to make it easy for you. If you are in the trading business, if you are the import business, if you are in the export business, make sure you key into science and technology so that you can be able to go ahead from that. Next to that is connectivity. Connectivity between you and your will-be audience or your will-be customers or clients. This is what science, tech, and innovation is bringing to you too. There is that element of green revolution on the third bit. Green revolution is agro-business. These days, you don't have to be everywhere. You can access the info you need, access the education you need, and then move ahead from there in terms of loans and what have you. Next to that is what the world is doing now. Renewable energy. We just had COP26 in Scotland, where the whole world was saying we are burning, we are depleting the ozone layer of the world. Renewable energy is an avenue you can toe into. It's a money spinner, you can go into it. Next to it, if you are an egghead, there is that element of research and development. You can access a lot of info, you can learn a lot online, which is a factor of science, tech, and innovation. Next to that, there is that element of infrastructure development, which is necessary for every nation to go ahead. You can be part of that too, because that is a way to go. Before I go on from there, let us take a quick commercial, because commercials are part of it too.
For the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, Nigeria has been having challenges that are beckoning and waiting for answers and solutions. That is why we are bringing to you our program, State of the Nation. And this is going to come up on our flagship program this morning on ITV. I am hereby inviting you to join me, Bola Bakare, your host, on State of the Nation, so that we can hasten the motions that brings national development. It's going to be a regular basis on Tuesdays. Make it a date with me. I'll be there waiting for you, and then we shall discuss Nigeria on an holistic level.
Welcome back. Like I was saying earlier, we were on a bit of what I called drone technology. I'm bringing that into it because one of our sons, a Nigerian, is there in Singapore with his colleagues, and they are into drone technology for agro-business. You are part of it too. Then there is that element of personal achievement drive. There are a lot of things happening out there that you can key into. You can learn how to ginger yourself, how to give yourself the verve that will make you go ahead and get things done. If you move down to the lower level, you will find what is called virtual reality. Virtual reality is a factor of science and technology, which most of you are used to, but don't shy away from it. Be part of it on a regular basis, because that will aid you in improving on your ability. Like they say, life is work in progress. Life is a learning curve. We need to learn. We will keep learning because new ideas keep springing up, and we are part of it. And for the fact that you are into science, tech, and innovation, you now have a fair chance of what is called audience capture, because your level of communication has increased, and as such, your performance will increase also. And as such, representation of your ideas, you will be able to pass it on to the people you have, to the clients that you have on hand. These are things we wish for you. Our teaming kids that science, tech, and innovation is the way to go. Coupled with that too, as much as you're learning, as much as you're keeping up with the learning process, there is that element of ingenuity that you will have, and opportunities will open up for you to go ahead and do things accordingly. Not just that alone, these days there is what is called dynamic innovation. When I say dynamic innovation, it means moving ahead with what you've learned. I would like to run a local reference in terms of dynamic innovation to our sons at Adekunle Ajasin University, who gave us our first robotic dog. That is what I call dynamic innovation. That is what you can key into. That is what you have the brains for. That is what science and tech is giving to you on a platter of gold. Why am I saying this? Because the world, the whole world, is becoming a tech organization. You will find out that the millionaires that we're having now these days, they are all technology inclined. It's high time you become part of that technology. That is why State of the Nation is telling you for the past 6 weeks, today inclusive, about the factor of you as an entrepreneur practicing entrepreneurship with the element of science, technology, and innovation at the back of your mind, because that is the basis of all you are going to do. And on the last note, don't forget what Mr. President and Mr. Vice President said. You are the leaders of tomorrow. The opportunities are there for you. What I never heard in my own time, because we were analog those days. You are better off these days. You can sit down in your room and do things and make things happen. That is the element of science, technology, and innovation. And that is what we've brought to you this morning. You can access it again by going to State of the Nation with Bola Bakare on YouTube. I repeat that. State of the Nation with Bola Bakare on YouTube. You will get all this info and you can assimilate them at your own pace. You're still on to your station, Independent Television from Abuja. And on a normal basis, we usually have a bouquet, a comprehensive bouquet for you. After this, our briefing, we shall be having our TMI socials, which is a situation where we juggle the ideas that are online. You can be part of it, you will enjoy it, you will enjoy the banters, and then learn from it, chip into it, and then we'll move ahead.
For the past 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, Nigeria has been having challenges that are beckoning and waiting for answers and solutions. That is why we are bringing to you our program, State of the Nation. And this is going to come up on our flagship program this morning on ITV. I am hereby inviting you to join me, Bola Bakare, your host, on State of the Nation, so that we can hasten the motions that brings national development. It's going to be a regular basis on Tuesdays. Make it a date with me. I'll be there waiting for you, and then we shall discuss Nigeria on an holistic level.